In today's video, I'm going to talk about insulin resistance diet for weight loss. So if you've tried everything, low-calorie diets and exercise, and it hasn't worked, you can't seem to lose weight, then it's time for you to try following a weight loss diet that targets your insulin resistance. Now, what is insulin resistance? When you're insulin resistant, your cells resist insulin and don't let glucose in. It's a state where your body has difficulty getting energy from carbohydrates, and most of this energy gets turned into fat and locked up in your adipose tissue. So, how would the insulin resistance diet for weight loss look like? First, you should change your fuel source to ketones instead of glucose. Your body stores glucose as fat and refuses to use it for energy. Switching to ketones helps to overcome this issue. Now, what are ketones? There are three main ketone bodies: beta-hydroxybutyrate, acetoacetate, and acetone. Are ketones bad? Ketones got a bad reputation because they get elevated to dangerous levels in situations such as prolonged starvation or ketoacidosis that happens in type 1 diabetics when their glucose and ketones reach dangerously high levels. There's a difference between ketoacidosis and healthy ketosis induced by the low-carbohydrate ketogenic diet or intermittent fasting. What benefits do you get if you are insulin resistant and you switch your fuel source to ketones instead of glucose? So firstly, you no longer have glucose fuel coming in that your body would store as fat, so you stop the weight gain. Then, in addition, studies show that the low-carbohydrate ketogenic diet reverses insulin resistance. It makes you more insulin sensitive. Then, in addition, ketones give you more energy than glucose. Ketones give you more ATP. It is common to feel much more energized on the keto diet. It is a cleaner and more efficient fuel source. Then, another benefit for your insulin resistance and weight loss. You have stable blood glucose levels. This results in more stable supply of energy, less hunger and cravings, so you don't need to snack as much. Eating carbs causes huge blood glucose fluctuations, which then lead to eating more frequently. And eating more frequently will keep your fat storage hormone insulin elevated the whole day, meaning you will be in the fat storing mode where you never have low insulin. You need low insulin so that your body would start using stored energy from your adipose tissue. Insulin resistance is caused by too much insulin. What makes you have elevated insulin? Eating excessive amounts of carbohydrates and snacking between meals. If you remove these two triggers, you will be on your way to reverse insulin resistance and lose excess weight. Just do these two things. Eat less frequently, meaning 2 to 3 meals a day, and eat less carbs. Ideally, up to 50 grams of net carbs a day. And you will see the best weight loss results ever, because you will address the real root cause of your weight gain. So that's the most important thing that will make your insulin resistance diet for weight loss successful. Now, there are a few more things that you can do to make sure you manage to lose weight in a healthy, sustainable way and keep it off. You need to sleep well and sleep enough. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night. You burn most fat while you sleep. So if you sleep only 4 hours a night, you will have a very hard time trying to lose weight. The next insulin resistance weight loss tip is to reduce your stress. If you're extremely stressed, you will have elevated cortisol. This stress hormone will put your body in the fat storing mode and prevent any weight loss. That's why working out too hard or too often doesn't work. You need a good balance between workouts and recovery. Or if your adrenal glands that make stress hormones are burnt out, you will need to be even more careful with what types of workouts you choose. You might need to stick with only calm activities such as walking. And if that wasn't enough, stress makes you more likely to overeat. Many people use food as a way to cope with stress. If that sounds like you, you should look into other ways to cope with stress. Things like meditation, deep breathing, and going for long walks. I have another video about stress management techniques that you can watch after. It will appear in the top right corner of this video and also at the end of this video. Next tip for losing weight with insulin resistance is to avoid any foods that break your metabolism, disturb your hormones, make you bloated or inflamed, or trick your brain into eating more. Avoid things like MSG, artificial sweeteners, GMOs, sugar, other refined carbs, and any other type of junk food. Remember, health comes first. When you shift your goal from simply losing weight into improving your health and losing weight, you can achieve way better results. There's too much misleading information telling that we can eat whatever we want and only calories are important. That couldn't be further away from truth. What we eat on a daily basis affects our hormones, our mood, hunger, cravings, and our ability to lose weight. Insulin resistance diet for weight loss, or any diet, should firstly focus on making you healthier, removing the possible weight gain triggers, and building sustainable healthy eating and healthy living habits. If you follow these insulin resistance diet tips for weight loss, you should see some great improvements. It might not be the quickest way to lose weight, but for sure, it's the most sustainable way. Remember, most people who lower their calories too much can't stick with it long term and regain the weight back. People who focus on improving their health and not so much care about calories manage to get lasting health improvements and weight loss results. By the way, if you're new to my YouTube channel, my name is Greta and I'm an online nutritionist and a holistic health coach. If you haven't yet, subscribe to my YouTube channel, where I share science-based health and weight loss videos and try to help you the best I can. And if you need any further guidance or support, feel free to check out some of my meal plans, coaching programs, or some of my other videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.